Hey everyone, welcome back. And as Cardano gets further into Voltaire and a lot of things come about within ADA, we want to talk a little bit about what is the future of Cardano. So I talk a lot on this channel about prices and see where the charts are headed, but when it comes down to what actually Cardano brings to the table, it's going to be a low, grinded out kind of approach that we've been taking since its inception, right? So since I've been an investor of Cardano, since you guys probably have too, the progress has been a slow and steady one. So I'm going to get into that. We're going to share some comments on creator Charles Hoskinson as he gets into pretty much the spotlight as he talks about crypto as it relates to the banking system, as well as kind of give you guys a little insight to where the bulls may be headed. So you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video, but please absolutely smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you have not already done so, we cover Cardano on the regular, as well as all your favorite cryptos, giving you guys up-to-date news on the daily, right? So with that being said, let's get down into it, right? So I do want to preface this all by saying this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, your own research with all things crypto and all things financial. This is just my own personal opinions as it affects my wallet. Okay, but let's get down into it as we look at Cardano briefly, up 3.39%, trading hands at 39 cents. Now, Cardano was in that 40 cents, brushing up against that 50 cents threshold that we have not been able to break through. Obviously, the macro conditions at play are definitely going to weigh down Cardano as well as all of the other cryptos out there. But as it stands there today, you can see this support where we had this sell-off, and you can see the bulls rush in because Cardano has been trading nicely and kind of bouncing off of this support line all too regular, right? It's not dropped below the 30 cents line, and this right here is that support I'm talking about, right around 39 cents, where that's where I'm comfortable at with my Cardano holdings, where we get some negative sentiment in the markets. You can see Cardano fall and give back some gains. But it really just continues to bounce off of this 39 cents, and it doesn't stay below it for all too often. So it's been pretty much trading sideways, just awaiting more certainty and clarity from the crypto regulators, from the crypto macro conditions that are weighing down crypto. So there's a lot of things going on with Cardano. But what I want to talk about in this video is Hoskinson is returning as 2008 and warning basically as a rerun of the current banking model that fell apart back in the housing crisis back in 2008, 2009, okay? So for those of you that are not around, yes, it was horrible, and the data is kind of shockingly going to overlap with some of the conditions and the market conditions that we were seeing back then, okay? And this is coming off a fresh interview with Fox Business where Hoskinson was on the platform talking about how cryptocurrencies are showing resilience despite the U.S. banking model wearing thin. All right, so this is what his quote was, actually saying that this basically, to paraphrase, to put into perspective with 2022 and the FTX crisis, and pretty much, in my own words, the worst possible conditions that could happen within crypto, right? It was absolutely awful. You could write down on a piece of paper what 10 things can go wrong to absolutely kill crypto. We'd have about 5 of those 10 things, right? So the resiliency that we've seen is one to be recognized, but the crypto markets are steady and stable. Hoskinson goes on to say, and he says he'd rather be a crypto guy than a banker guy. All right, so that is kind of interesting, and it's on the platform of Fox Business. So that is a huge platform with a huge audience, okay? So we always talk about adoption. That's a step up, right? And then we go on to talk about in 2008 when the banks failed, the combined billions in assets was $373 billion, okay? Nowadays in 2023, flash forward, we have $540 billion in combined assets. So, there's a lot of things that matter where in natural inflation, natural price appreciation of those assets, okay? That's why you have a higher number in my personal opinion. But when we talk further about these tied up assets, the overlay is shockingly similar, okay? And he goes on to say we're just getting started. We've already seen the balance sheets of a lot of banks, and it's just one after another like dominoes, guys. So you look at crypto, and despite all of the global crypto, the macro factors at play, we have been pretty good across the board with resiliency, okay? And like I said, the banking collapses, the Sam Bankman-Fried, it goes on and on and on. And it's one to be recognized because if you look and just say, hey, Bitcoin's at 30K, that's something you can hang your hat on, considering all-time highs were 67 around 67K in a bull run, okay, in an outright bull run back in 2021. So that's what's going to happen. And, it goes on to say about too big to fail is what happens with the banking system. And these are prior mistakes, guys. So the Fed needs to learn from their mistakes as we move forward. So this is where we're just kind of lacking in this regard. And I think it's kind of the war on crypto is what is holding thin, because it could be used as an asset and a ally in when we get in these financial crises where, crypto could be an ally. And that is just where it comes down to with regulation, with Gensler, with the SEC. I think the United States is kind of touting its step, and I think they're about to make a huge misstep when it comes down to the future of the economy within the states, because it does affect things globally. All right, so that's what I got. We're getting into Voltaire. It's an exciting time for Cardano. I'm going to be following up with videos and content daily. I appreciate you all for stopping by. Please remember to subscribe on your way out. Thank you once again, and we'll see you in the next video.